get back up because I was laying back. I was lounging because my internet crashed again. I love it. I love the internet crashes. They make me feel so happy. And now I'm playing Minecraft again. I'm just waiting for it to launch. Do you like me? Do you like the live stream? Are you having a good time? I'm having a great fucking time. My internet only crashes when I'm live streaming. It's fucking awesome. I love it, dude. All right. Let's keep building. Let's keep crafting, keep building, where is building in the title of Minecraft? You know, there's mining and there's crafting, but where's the building? Mine milled craft would be a much more accurate name, I feel. Mac needs a nap, boys. Especially after that little incident that we just experienced. Mac needs a little nap. Just to lie his little head back. Maybe he's got a cat in his arms. And just take a little nap. Just a little. I don't. Oh my god! I can't. I don't want to place the dirt there. But it keeps doing it. Stop. I'm gonna kill myself. Do you hear me? I'm gonna do it. I can't live in this world. It's too upsetting. Well, I've got about it feels like less, but I've got about a quarter of it complete so far, so maybe this won't take as long as I thought. Oh, that was right beneath my feet. Sure would be a shame if I tumbled on out of here and died. Didn't I make a pickaxe earlier in the stream? Why are iron pickaxes so beta male? They suck. You can't do anything with them. And I'm starting to run out of iron, and I haven't gone mining in a very long time, so we're definitely running low. Do you oh, he's probably underneath the mountain. We're safe. Dirt. Put all that dirt. Come on now. Dirt all over the place. Maybe we'll just kind of clear all this out here. Make a nice straight line, straight box line for me to work with here. Minecraft is so weird. You know, when you really think about like just how much like ability it has to continue being played, I guess. Like Minecraft was one of the first games like I ever got really addicted to when I was young, and here I am, probably about 10 years later, playing it still. It's wild stuff, man. Okay, that gives us a nice square space to work on. Ooh, that was close to being right underneath me. I'm not exactly sure why I keep changing my like pattern of deconstruction here. I think it's just to keep myself from getting so bored that I blow my own brains out. Or falling asleep, because that's a very real possibility. I have fallen asleep during a live stream before. It was very embarrassing. I did not feel good about that live stream. Don't want to do it again. Don't think that would be super cool. Shut up! You're being too damn noisy, zombie. Don't you see I'm trying to build a fucking dirt path right now, and the dirt blocks keep going in the wrong fucking spot. I'm sick of it. Boop, 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 boop. I have so much dirt, yet it's not enough. Oh, where'd you come from, you monster? Where did he come from? The sun has been up for a while. Where the hell is he hiding? There's another hole in my mountain that someone left. I mean, the mountain is just a hollow shell. It might look like a real mountain, but that is one layer deep. So, if anybody digs a single block, they're falling into the Under Kingdom, as I'm calling it. It's a complete and utter facade, perpetrated by lies and deception. It's like Disney World. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I fucking love Disney World, but let's be real. The buildings are not as large as they appear because they specifically built them to fuck with your perception. And it's genius, but it is fake. My iron pickaxe is going to break for the 3rd time tonight. And I just want to say I'm going to cry about it. Please just let me finish this line. Damn it! I don't know how much like iron we have left in the chest. I probably should go mining. Oh, I'm going out for working for a while. We out here making progress. It's slow, but it's sure. And I am collecting quite a lot of cobblestone, so it can't be a bad thing. I'm also using up like all of the dirt on my various projects. And I'm going to need more because, again, there's an entire, like, 4 other sides to a mountain that need to be built. Can you make, like, a dirt generator in this game? I don't even know how something like that would work. But we're going to need a lot of dirt. I suppose I could just steal it from this, like, underground area under here. Like, we're not exactly going to be using that for anything interesting, so... There are a lot of options for how we could handle that. I was thinking about just starting like a mini quarry where we just dig out dirt and then move on to a different spot, but like that would leave a massive hole wherever I did it. So I would have to like go very far away from the castle so that it wouldn't ruin like our area, just someone else's area. Or I could just steal dirt from this area underneath the castle that isn't going to be used, which does seem like a more environmentally safe option. This'll win us those PETA votes. Does anyone know PETA's stance on like the environment? Like, are they like only about the animals, or do they care about the environment too? Or do they only care about the environment when it pertains to the animals? I'm curious about their stances on these subjects. Fuck. The real problem is that there's no easy way out of here. Shut up. God, it feels. Ooh, sorry. This feels so much more homey with dirt and grass. It just looks so much more colorful and nice. I'm even though this is a pain in the ass project, I'm glad I'm doing this. Not to throw shade Sean's way, but come on. What were we thinking placing cobblestone everywhere? We were gonna make the walls out of cobblestone. That's gonna look terrible. If everything's cobblestone. I know the castle is mostly gonna be wood, so at the very least that will add some color, but we gotta find some other places to add color. I'm thinking we can get creative with like using wool to create like banners on the walls. That's a good idea. I should start breeding sheeps. Ooh. Getting close to having this part done. I am the back. How's it going, Microwave? It's kind of late for you, isn't it? I'm tired on your behalf. I don't know why, but I'm super sleepy today. How are you? Yeah, my internet crashed for a hot sec, but we back in here. It does that sometimes. It's super nice. I pay so much money for internet and it doesn't work. It's awesome. Yeah, it's sleepy time for sure. Luna's starting to fall asleep in her bed next to me. I kind of want to just curl up on the couch with her and take a nice little sleeps. Very cool, very cool. What kind of drawing are you working on? Fuck, what the? My mouse just like didn't react for a second and it made me fall through the hole. Oh, Microwave, do you want me to give you a tour of our castle? Well, I mean, it's not really a castle so far. We have these big, gigantic walls, a beautiful courtyard that I labored over, and a gigantic set of stairs that I also labored over. I've done most of like the aesthetic building of this place, and I'm very proud of how it looks. So you can see at the top of that is where our castle is going to be. It just looks like a set of stairs suspended in air right now, but I built a mountain around this side, and there's a plan to have a mountain on the other side too. So it looks like it rises out of the ground, even though it's all facade, because underneath that dirt is just completely empty. And right now I'm replacing a lot of this cobblestone with dirt because I think it'll look more colorful and nice. Father-like characters doing father-like things. That's a very wholesome idea. I'm very proud of this fountain. I built this fountain. There's little lanterns on the inside. It's very cute. I gotta fix my Nightbot Discord notification and just the Discord. Anywhere you can join the Discord, I gotta fix it because I fucked up and I accidentally deleted the link that it's currently referencing. So it does not go to the server anymore, and I'm very upset about that. And they reached out to Discord and they were like, yeah, well, can't do anything about it, so I'm fucked. But you know what, Discord? Like... It was a permanent infinite use link that I've had on my server for a really long time. Why, when I pressed the delete button by accident, was there no prompt for it to be like, are you sure you want to delete this very important link to your server? It just deleted it and I couldn't get it back. It was irrevocable. Why is there no prompt to make sure you want to do that? Right as I started the tour, your Wi-Fi died. Are you back? I can do it again. I'm happy to show off my work. Good thing we were just talking about internet troubles apparently, because it was gonna happen. All right, so this is the Yakiman Castle. We're building a gigantic wall around the entire thing. Sean has been spending a lot of time digging out giant caverns so we have enough cobblestone for the walls. I have focused a lot on the aesthetics and the functionality of the castle. So I have built a big, beautiful courtyard and a giant set of stairs that will lead up to where the castle is going to be. I'm climbing on top of the wall so you can get a nice aerial view of it. So that's the courtyard I built with a nice little fountain. There's lights in the fountain. I'm very proud of how that looks. That's my gigantic set of stairs. That took forever. As you can see on that side, it's completely empty, but on this side, I built an artificial mountain to make it look like it rises out of the ground. When it's finished, there will be a mountain encasing the entire thing, so it looks like it's just a natural formation, even though it's a complete lie. It's basically like Disney World. It's just going to be based on perception. It's not actually going to be as large as it looks. And I'm really proud of the stairs. I think they look pretty fantastic. This is my farm on top of the wall. The wall is pretty lacking aesthetically right now. There's wood on the inside, so it looks a little better, but we haven't tackled the aesthetics of the wall yet. That's probably my next big project. Right now, I'm replacing all the cobblestone down here with dirt so that it looks more colorful in here. Shit, I'm gonna die. I forgot I wasn't above the ladder, so. Good thing I have a bed right there. It's simple and ugly. It's not fun to look at right now, but it just, the focus has been erecting the wall, not worrying about the aesthetics of it. Over here is where I keep my chickens. They're all happy. They're not like overbred and shoved into a tiny space. I treat them well. Feed them frequently so that they have more babies. So yeah, I have spent... Yeah, I didn't mean to. I thought I was above the ladder. Yeah, definitely. It super is. But yeah, I have put like so much effort into this castle. I don't know if the castle itself is ever going to be erected. Theoretically speaking, up here above the stairs, that's where the castle is going to be. But we haven't actually broke ground on the castle. We've spent the entire time... Sean's been focused, like I said, Sean's been focused on getting cobblestone and building the wall. I've been focused on these little projects here and there. I think after I'm done replacing all of that with grass, like that's when I'll start work on the castle itself. How did a sheep get up here? I mean, I guess he just climbed the stairs, but like I didn't see him, and it's a long climb. But yeah, this mountain is a complete facade. It's like a gigantic like plaster cutout. It's just a big dome that covers what is underneath. And eventually you won't be able to see underneath, but right now it's very ugly. Part of the reason I haven't tackled the aesthetic of the wall is just because I haven't figured out what I want from it yet. I have some ideas, but none of them have panned out the way I've liked when I've tested them, so I've got to like rack my brain to come up with something nice. The real problem is that it's so tall that I can't just add something on top to make it aesthetically pleasing. We have to alter like the design lower down in spots to make it just better looking. Anyway, I've spent a lot of time working on that. Probably too much time. I could have been working on other things. It's kind of the idea. Well, I mean, not that specifically, but just the idea is just to have a really, really large wall. On our server, the lore is that we are building an uprising against the current server owner, so we need a well-protected castle in order to expedite that. Alright, for some reason, night is not advancing. But the idea is to have like the outside of the walls based very much on like medieval castles, and then on the inside, like the castle itself is going to be very like Eastern, like Japanese style. It's going to look very nice. How am I doing? I'm just sleepy. Like I had a great day today, and I woke up feeling fine. So I don't know why I'm so tired. Like there's no reason I should be so tired, but I'm super sleepy. But other than that, I'm doing great. I went out and I had dinner with a friend of mine the other day. It was the first time I've eaten at a restaurant since the whole pandemic thing started, which was really nice. There are monsters nearby. Pardon me, sir. I'm trying to take a nap. Ah, great. Ah. Is it the moon? Maybe. The moon's trying to kill us. So yeah, I hung out with a friend yesterday and we discussed some ideas that I'm very excited about getting underway. So I had a great day yesterday, I had a great day today. I'm just tired. There's this really freaky YouTube channel. I forget what it's called. I want to say it's like Local Channel 8 or something. I watched a video on it. They post these like super cryptic, super weird videos where like the suggestion is that like it's a local channel out of some town where the moon is taking over and killing people or something. I don't know. The video I watched on it was basically a conspiracy theory, so it's completely like no one knows what the whole story is, but it's just super fucking weird. It's really interesting project, but super freaky. Whoever's like masterminding that has a lot of free time. Masterminding, not masterminding. Mastermind crafting that whole situation. I'd love to be like a part of a project like that kind of thing where you just like start like a super long-winded, like very cryptic kind of situation and people have to decipher what it means, and it's some weird ass conspiracy bullshit that just is nothing real but is super interesting to be a part of and like try to examine. But my brain is just not good at that kind of thing. I can barely keep track of my schedule, much less an entire like conspiracy theory cryptic bullshit story. Vertical mouse. What the hell is a vertical mouse? Is it a mouse that you use like against a wall? Oh shit. It's super interesting stuff. It's like I don't know where people get like the creativity to come up with stuff like that, but it's like god damn, it's interesting. I'd love to start like a fake radio show. And like this kind of goes along with an idea I had. I'd like to start like a space radio show where I can like tell stories. It would basically be like a radio show news segment from space, right? And I would just like report on the news of the day, but I would get to like tell the story of my own little like universe that I created, and people would have to kind of figure out like the deep underlying meaning behind it and whether or not I'm a reliable narrator. I don't know, just an interesting idea I had that I'll probably never follow through with because I'm not smart enough to like create something like that. It's angled so your wrist is not horizontal. Okay, I see. Have you ever used like the track ball mouses, not the track pads, like the track balls that you like spin with your thumb? I used to use one of those when I was a kid. They're fucking impossible to use for video games, but I liked them before I started using normal mouses. I just think that'd be really interesting to have like a fake like universal news show. And like I'd get to like write a story of like space, a space world, a space universe. Like, I don't know. But again, I can't write that kind of thing. I'm not creative enough for that. Plus, I'm not much of a writer in general, so it would be difficult for me to make it interesting to listen to. Or at the very least, it would take a lot of, like, planning ahead of time and testing and not actually publishing anything until I felt really ready for it. I don't know. I've had a lot of, like, really interesting ideas for projects lately, and it's kind of part of the reason that I decided to. It's one of many reasons I decided to stop doing weekly uploads, so I can kind of indulge in my weird ideas. Because it I feel like I am coming up with more interesting ideas recently, and I feel like I should pursue them. Because you never know when I might strike gold, you know, or find something that I really enjoy doing. Either one of those would be fine. Anyway, did I ask how your day was going? I don't remember. I'm too tired. I can't remember 10 minutes ago, much less when you joined the stream, however long that ago was. The fact that that sentence was so broken is a good example. I kind of keep forgetting about the sheeps and cows in here. Probably got to do something about them at some point. I want to look up a picture of this vertical mouse. I'm interested. Oh, weird. That looks so uncomfortable. Actually, no. I can see that. I can see that being a thing. I can see that being comfortable. It would be hard to get used to, though, I'm sure. It is important. It's important to figure those things out, as not fun as it is. I don't know the first thing about business. Like, as much as I want to see, like, my YouTube channel and my Twitch, like, take off and be a thing, I know that if they do, I'm gonna have to, like, make a business out of it at some point, and like at that point I'm gonna have to hire somebody else to help me out because I don't know the first thing about that shit. Maybe somewhere in the last 4 years I could have done some reading on it, so I at least had some idea, but your boy Mac does not plan ahead, so that is valid. That is a valid thing to say, microwave. You're so high IQ that even a major change like computer equipment takes no effort for you. Yeah, but you have like a degree of kind. I'm sure you've learned something about that world before. Meanwhile, I know nothing about it. I feel like anything I would try to do would end up getting me screwed somehow. I feel like I'd have no choice but to hire somebody out of fear of fucking up. All I know how is how to edit videos and make uninteresting content. That's just self-deprecating humor. Just a little. We have fun here. Just a little joke on myself. It hasn't taken me as long to fill this stuff in with dirt as I expected it to. So do you plan to like continue working like a normal job while you work on your small business. Fair enough. That's a good point. That's a good reason. Bedtime. Sleep time for Minecraft Steve, but not for Mac. Mac's gonna stay awake because he's not good at caring for himself. I always hate when I'm so sleepy that I have to take naps or go to bed early or whatever, because I work so much that it's like anytime I go to sleep, I'm just fast forwarding to the next time I have to go to work. And since I don't really like what I do for a living, that's frustrating. I want to live a life where I work a job that I'm excited to get up and do. But who knows if that will ever be the case. Ugh. It does look very sexy on the CV. One time I was writing a cover letter for a job I was applying for. I should try applying for that job again. It's been a couple years. And I used, in my cover letter, I used like my YouTube channel as an example of both like my work ethic and my ability to like grow something to an extent. And my mom read through it and she was like, I wish I could make myself sound as good as you do. I was like, good, this is a good cover letter then. But I didn't get the job. But you know what? Fuck those guys. They lost out on the best opportunity of their lives. They could have had Captain fucking Mac working for them and they don't. Yeah, it sounded professional as shit. I made it sound like a very legit business, and I was sitting here like, I still only have like 150 subscribers, dude. At that point, I might not even have had 100. That was a couple years ago, so. I need more iron. Yeah. It's unfortunate people with good work ethics are so hard to come by, because it's so easy to just be a good worker. It sounds kind of douchey to say, but it's like, you're getting paid to work, just work. But so many people I work with are like, it's just a job. I don't have to work hard. And it's like, well, you're here. Would you rather piss away the hours and be bored out of your mind because you're not working as hard as you could, or would you rather work your ass off and make the time fly? And maybe someone will take notice and start promoting you. Because that's how it works. But no. People I work with are a bunch of lifeless dregs. Not all of them, though. I work with a lot of good people. That sounded really mean now I thought about it. I had to kind of learn not to work so hard. When I was when I got like my oh, ouch. Yeah, that's good that you work in that kind of environment where they like encourage you not to work so hard. When I first got like a promotion in retail, I started to like stress about work too much. Go hug your mom. That's good. And one of my supervisors like saw how hard I was working, and he was like, he like kind of had to like tell me like, don't take it so seriously. And he was like, you know, there's a lot of people here who get dragged down by this job, and you're a really hard worker, so I don't want to see that happen. And he like reminded me, he was like, you know, you're an hourly employee. Work as hard as you can for 8 hours, and after that, go home and don't worry about it. And it completely changed my outlook on work. Where like now, at this point in my life, I think I've forgotten how to get stressed out. Like nothing stresses me out anymore. Because I'm always like, at some point I can clock out and go home, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So it doesn't matter how chaotic the day can be. I'm always like, all right, let's do it. So I'm thankful for that person kind of showing me the way in how to not be such a psycho crazy person. Because I definitely enjoyed work more since I took on that outlook. I kind of hate how like normalized stress is in our society. That sounds so like I'm 14 and this is deep, but like you don't have to be stressed out every day. So why did we encourage a society that makes us be? Stress is so bad for you. I feel bad for students. Oh, shoot. The American school system is set up so poorly to just make students' lives a living hell. And it's like, that's your young years. That's when you're supposed to be fucking around and doing whatever. You don't got any kids to take care of. You don't got a mortgage to worry about. Just have a fun fucking time and don't worry about it, dude. I try just not to let anything get to me anymore. Woo. I feel it's funny how much I've chilled out over the years, because I used to be like the complete opposite. Like I'd see other people who were like, just go with the flow, and I'd be like, that's impossible. You can't just do that. Okay, sometimes you have to freak out and stress out to get things done. And now I'm like, no, that doesn't help at all. No matter how stressed out or freaked out you get, it's not going to change the situation. So just don't be stressed out. It doesn't help anybody or anything. Doesn't matter if you're super pressed for time. Being stressed out isn't gonna like give you more time. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm lucky. I went to a school that definitely like did not push homework too much. I had a lot of teachers that just didn't believe in homework, which was really nice. But there's so many stories of like kids in America who just have like ridiculous homework loads and are like that's the bare minimum. They're not even like going above and beyond to be at those big Ivy League schools, and it's like who needs that? That doesn't really seem fair. You're fucking up kids for life. You're fucking up kids before they're even like old enough to make decisions. It's a nightmare. It's definitely a subject I'd like to make a video on sometimes, because like, yeah, no, it's such a fucked system, because the system isn't built to help you retain information. It's built to test whether or not you're paying attention, essentially. One of the big reasons I found college so frustrating, and one of the things that made me feel right in my decision to not pursue college more than I did was that, like, even in college, I had professors, people that I was paying to teach me, who were grading me on whether or not I was taking notes. And it's like, that's not how I learn. I learned years ago that taking notes doesn't help me because I am such a perfectionist that I focus so much on taking specific and perfect notes that I don't retain the actual information. So if I don't take notes, I learn better. And I had people I was paying to teach me giving me a bad grade because I wasn't taking notes. That's fucked up. That's not, I'm not here to learn how to take notes. I'm here to learn video production. I don't understand it. It's wrong. It's all wrong. So much of like the American school system is just based on like it's based on the grades rather than actually learning the information. It's whether or not you got the correct letter rather than did you actually learn anything. I don't get it. It's fucked. I don't even get it. I don't get it either. And I'm in here. I live here. All I know is that I hated it. I hated it when I was in high school. I hated it when I was in college. I never understood it. I am a person who likes to learn. I wanted to learn things. There were so many things I'm interested in that I wanted to learn, but like school is so counterintuitive to learning that it would be a waste of my time to go to school and learn the things rather than just looking shit up on Google. It's like, that doesn't make sense. Because Google's free! I don't know, well, it's just like, it's the main issue of like any system that tries to, what's like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like, every system, American and foreign, like they all try to find one way for all people to learn, and it just doesn't work like that. Everybody learns differently. Everybody needs to find and learn the way that they learn. And unfortunately, like, because of government and because of putting requirements on schools, that kind of thing can't exist because everybody has to learn the same so that everybody meets the government requirements. It just doesn't. It's all wrong. Everybody's wrong and everybody's stupid. And they're gonna stay stupid because our education system doesn't make sense. I don't know if there's a right tool to cut wool with. I think you just gotta kind of get in there and do it. I agree. I mean, it's why, like, I always have this mindset that, like, the reason that I am, in my own mind, the reason that I am such a good video editor is because video editing was something that I was so passionate about that I found ways to learn it that were outside of the norm. When I want to learn how to edit something, I look up how to do the edit I want to know, and then I learn how those things work so that I can use them in other edits. I put the learning process in my own hands, and I am a stronger editor for it. And I've spent a lot of times learning lot of time learning things on my own in my own way as an adult, and I've learned so much more than like whatever I retained in school. Like, fuck me if I could ever tell you the history of the Civil War, a giant war in our country that is so important to our history. I don't remember that shit, but I could tell you a whole lot about post-war Japan and the Yakuza's role in Japanese government, because that was a subject that I was interested in, that I pursued, you know? It's so much better to just learn things that you want to learn, how you want to learn them. I think learning by yourself is so much better because you can learn the way that you want to, rather than being graded on whether or not you're paying attention. I go off on rants a lot lately, don't I? I feel like I've been ranting a lot. I've been very introspective lately. That's awesome that you're like learning those other languages too. I didn't mean to like gloss over that so I could just continue talking about myself. That's awesome to hear about. But like it also is something I identify with, because like I've like been learning Japanese over the past more than a year now, and I've learned a ton because I've just continued to work on it on my own, in my own way. And I'm still not that good at it, but it sounds like kind of douchey and kind of cocky, but I agree with you. Like, one of my greatest fears in life is falling into mediocrity. I don't ever want to be like part of the norm, I guess. I struggle a lot with Japanese. There's a lot of things I don't understand, and it's probably because I'm using a subpar learning system like Duolingo. And if I had more time, I would like seek out more resources, but I'm just very proud of what I have learned. Like, you know, I know all the hiragana and the katakana and a good amount of kanji, and I know basic sentences and can like understand a lot of things, so it's getting somewhere. I'm curious to hear, like, do you feel like Korean has been easy to learn? Because I heard, and I don't know if this is true, that Korean was developed by like a linguist. So compared to other languages, it's a lot easier to learn. Not to say that it's like easy, but like comparatively. A 15-minute ordeal. Wow, wee zowie. That's interesting. That's definitely one I'd like to pursue when I'm a little less focused on Japanese. When I feel like I can remember Japanese without having to do it on a daily basis. Ow! You're an asshole. Why are you trying to find refuge in my fountain? The pronunciation sounds funky, but I'm sure it's just a, like, it's all modular, right? Like, it sounds like a lot when you, like, hear an entire, like, complex sentence, but if you, like, learn the individual parts over time, it seems a lot less daunting, I'm sure. That's how I feel about Japanese, at least. Like, hiragana and katakana and just, like, all the fucking symbols, they seem very complex looking at them on paper, but when you learn them all individually, they start to make a lot more sense and are a lot easier to read. Oh yeah? Well, good then, because I'm on that shit. We be out here learning that Japanese like a bunch of weebs. Alright, let's take a look at this. I'm thinking this looks really nice. French is pretty goofy. Sean's learned a good amount of French, and I listened to it and I'm like, that sounds like a bunch of hokey. A lot of older languages I feel like are a lot more difficult to learn just because they've had a lot of time to like mutate and turn into something very like funky. And English is just a mess because we're just a jumble of a bunch of other messed up languages, and like we don't follow our own rules. None of the rules are actually rules. They're just like a, hey, maybe it should work like this, but there's a good chance it won't. I find it funny that English is like kind of considered like the universal language, I guess, the one that like others are expected to learn, even though it's such a goofy language. Yeah, no, it is the chaotic evil language. That sounds about on brand. All right, this looks a lot better now that it's dirt. It's just a lot more colorful, and it's not all cobblestone. God, there's so much cobblestone. I don't know what to work on next. Maybe I'll call it a night and go to bed. I'm tired. Probably shouldn't force myself to stay awake just for the sake of a longer live stream. I died. I missed the ladder. I almost made it on there. I don't know. I should probably pursue more weird ideas that I have, or just make videos on subjects that I'm very passionate about. I would like to make a video about school sometime. My only issue is I have to be careful when I talk about school in a video or on a live stream, because I never want to influence other people to stop going to school, especially in America where like so many industries are like moving closer and closer to like you have to have a degree. I think everybody should be in school if they don't have some other idea for how to form their life, I guess. The reason I felt okay about leaving school is because school could not help me with what I was pursuing. So if someone doesn't have something like that, they should be in school, because unfortunately the American system is just like, you have to have a degree. It's getting more and more to be like that. So if I were to make a video about how fucked I think the school system is, I would want to make sure that people know I'm not pushing people to leave school. I just think things should change. I think wintertime makes us sleepy. It definitely does. I get pretty bad like seasonal depressive disorder. It's pretty bad. Like I'm always very excited and passionate during the summertime, and then throughout winter I get super slogged and just feel so slowed down. I'm not sure when we have the clock's changing here. I mean, it doesn't mean anything to me because I work early mornings and I spend half my day in the darkness anyway, so. Yeah, I think I will call it a night here. I'll go nap. And I don't know what I'll do. I don't know when I'll wake up. I don't know what I'll do when I wake up. I'm gonna go grab my cat, sit on the couch, and take a fucking nap. Mike Ray, thank you for joining me as always and listening to me rant about things that I don't know enough about. I don't know. I'm a ranty boy. I got a lot of thoughts, and I'm not good at articulating them in an improv fashion. I have to write them down for them to really make sense, but you get it. You get the thing. I don't know if you finished your drawing or not, but good luck with it if you haven't. And have a good night if you have, and you were just chatting it up. My sweater's, this is my ghost sweatshirt. It's one of my favorites. But I have to be careful about wearing it, because if I eat anything that isn't white, it's probably going to get stained, and I don't want that to happen. So I got to do that fashion review at some point. Everybody wants to do a fashion review. I'll see you next time. I will see you next time. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. Depends. Sean and I hang out on Sunday, so I'm not sure. It'll depend on how early he comes over. But bye-bye. Have a good night. Good luck with your art sings.